In my hands, I have what might be the most affordable Gibson Les Paul Jr. alternative. This is the Artist AP54J in this beautiful vintage burst. Now this is loaded with a single P90 pickup, and it really does the business for blues, rock, and a whole lot more. Now this is right-handed, so my good friend Ben is here to showcase how this sounds in the context of a mix, and then we'll go over to some isolated tones. And a massive thanks to Artist Guitars for sponsoring this particular video. If you want to check this out, I'll link it down below. Check out the price, it's very affordable. Let's get into it. Alright, here's the Artist AP54J up close. I'm going to give you a quick rundown of this particular guitar. So this is a single cutaway guitar, very reminiscent of that of a Les Paul, which is cool. We get a single dog ear P90 pickup and this beautiful Tune-O-Matic bridge over here as well. This is a Wilkinson, so they've used really good hardware and the tuning stability on this has been really good throughout the video. Now we get a single volume control and a single tone control. We get a solid African mahogany body with this high gloss finish, and we get a bolt-on mahogany neck. And if you check out the neck up close, it is really beautiful. It's got this nice satin finish and you can see all the detail in the timber. We get mother of pearl fingerboard inlays, 22 frets, and the scale length is 24.75. So very familiar if you're used to playing a Gibson or an Epiphone. Here's the headstock up close. As you can see, the headstock shape is very familiar and I think it looks really nice. We get a standard set of string-through tuners. And when it comes to the electronics, we get a 500K volume pot. So we get 500K ohms here and a 250K tone control. And we'll showcase what that does throughout the video, or at least Ben will coming right up. But this is really great value at 249 Australian dollars, which is insane. So if you want to check this out, I'll link it down below. Ben's going to give you a full rundown of how this feels to play at the end of the video, but let's get stuck into some tones.
We've got the Junior and we're plugged into the Marshall DSL-40 CR in the clean channel. Just going to do a little bit of clean, then we'll do a little bit of dirty, and I'll show you how the tone knob and the volume knob kind of work, especially with the dirty sound, which is quite good. So here's the clean. So even with your picking dynamics and stuff, it's quite a dynamic P90. So those are your clean sounds. We're going to switch over to the crunch channel of the DSL-40 and we'll use the volume knob and the tone knob. So this is just where it was set during that intro for the rhythm guitar part. So that's got some stuff to it. But if we turn down and lighten up the picking dynamics, super dynamic, which is great. Let's have a look at the range of the tone control. So I'll go full volume and we'll go all the way down on the tone control. So this is on 10. It's about halfway down on 5. This is all the way off. You got that kind of sound going. If you got a bit more gain, you can kind of get that sound going. But there's quite a sweep in there, so if you want to do cleaner, jazzier sounds, not that I'm a jazz player by any stretch, but does that thing as well, and that's all on that sound. Now we are over on the ultra grain, the Nutrigrain channel of the Marshall DSL-40. So yeah, just for a little bit of filth. A little bit of Green Day in there, because when you're playing a junior, you have to play a bit of Green Day.
Thanks for watching, folks. My name's Shane, and thanks to Ben for doing this video. I appreciate it, mate.
No worries, anytime.
Now, what do you think, tone-wise?
P90's quite dynamic, and it has that top end to it, which is nice, because I know a lot of P90s can tend to miss the mark a bit in terms of that really, I don't know, I kind of like that bright, harsh top end.
Yeah, it's that attitude. Even clean, you hear a bit of that sort of gnarliness there.
The snarl kind of coming through, which is kind of what you want from a junior. You know, a junior's not supposed to be this gentle, you know, like we're not going to be playing our Wes Montgomery licks on this thing, you know, even though you can. But it's a little attitude machine. I think in the neck's comfy as well. It's not massive. It's that common, not too thin, not too thick C shape, which is super comfy.
Yeah, tuning stability has been fine. We tuned it up a few times before we started, and
stretched the strings.
Yeah, that was it.
But it's been fine.
Yeah,
it's been fine. Action straight out of the box is pretty low, which I think is a smart move for artists, because the majority of people buying these guitars are going to be beginners.
Yeah.
Let's not give a beginner a guitar with an action that you could drive a truck under.
Yeah,
because that really defeats the purpose, and it defeats the morale of the beginner trying to learn. Fret edges and everything, again, fine.
Cool.
For $250. All in all, I mean, you're laughing for $250.
And it's not too heavy for a LP shape either, which is
it's actually quite light.
Pretty cool. And thanks again, Ben. Thanks to Artist Guitars. If you want to check this out, we'll link it down in the description box below, and leave a thumbs up and let us know what you think. Cheers.
Cheers.